Hey guys, Dr. Kage here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a part 6 to what if Minato Spirit Merged with Naruto. As usual, if you guys want to know what happened prior to this video coming out, please watch the other 5 videos and then come up to this one, okay, so you have no spoilers. But without further ado guys, I spoke long enough and this is what I normally state between all my movies or videos, so please just do it, okay? And knowing that, it'll be very great if you guys can like and subscribe to my video. I very appreciate that. And yeah, let's get into this what if Minato Spirit merged with Naruto part 6. Let's get into it. Now when we last left off, Naruto in the Chunin exams made a clone of himself and he went off to fight Gaara. Well, when he left that clone of himself there, he entered stage mode and beat the battle right there. So right now, this what if is gonna mostly take place from the clone's perspective, okay? Because the real Naruto is already fighting Gaara at this present time, and that's what I stated in the last video, okay? So just be that in mind, okay? So let's get into it. Now, when the clone Naruto is in stage mode, he senses everything, he senses everyone around, and so what he does is he uses his max speed and his strength and his sage mode energy to sense people, and he's able to sense people fast and get around and beat them up. He's able to smash people like real fast. By himself, in essence, he single-handedly takes majority of the hidden sound and the hidden sand village shinobi out. Sorry, that was my bloody bottle on the ground. He manages to wipe majority of them out easily. As he doesn't kill them, he easily incapacitates the majority of them, like really bad. And even like Naruto goes and stops a lot of the invasion on the Inazuka clan and like all around those areas, the Hyuga clan, which gains Naruto a lot of respect. All they see when they're fighting is an orange flash just bolting right past them, smashing all these people. He's not even using flying rising, he's just using the sage mode and his swift style, like it's really quick. Due to like Naruto's immensely fast, and with his sage mode he's fucking strong, you know. So he just decimates all the shinobi, all the forces. And while the clone Naruto is doing that, the real Naruto is fighting Gaara, Tamari, like first Conqueror, then Tamari, and then Gaara, of course. So that real one's doing that. So he's battling more Shukaku, and not only that, the Third Hokage is fighting Orochimaru, and he's going through his phase of fighting the first and second Hokage to the point where the deep forest emergence happen. So that's happening all at the same time. So once Naruto pretty much wraps it up by taking everyone out, Shukaku, Inoichi, and Choza see that Naruto pretty much fucking ends the majority of them. They're happy, and what happens is Naruto instantly leaves. Shukaku looks at Naruto, and this I'm not talking about Shukaku, the sand demon. I'm talking about Shukaku, the Nara. Shikamaru's dead. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Well, Shukaku goes, well, he really reminds you of Minato, eh? And they all look at each other, They all buzz out, just looking at Naruto. Every clan member that saw Naruto go past as an orange blur, or refer to him as orange flash. And what's cool about this is, instead of the pain arc when the entire village loves Naruto, they're gonna love him from this because he just decimated majority of the forces. He even did it faster than Kakashi and Might Guy together like that. They were mean, but Naruto just easily destroyed them because he had flying Raijin markers all over the Hidden Leaf village. It's easy as for him to get around and destroy them, or not only that, he's in sage mode so he can sense them. So it's just like easy as for him, and he's in sage mode, guys. Like fucking come on, he takes on pain. Do you reckon all these sand and fucking hidden sound ninjas can take on pain? No. And that's what I mean. Like, and this is the kid Naruto, Minato's experience. Fuck. So he takes him out, and then once he's done, he notices that the Third Hokage is still battling, or notices a barrier over the Chunin exams area. So he heads over there at max speed. And because he has a flying Raijin kunai at the stadium where he left it, he teleports to it, picks it up, looks up, he jumps up and runs up to the beam. And when he gets up there, he sees 4 ninjas creating a barrier. And not only that, he sees Ombu Black Ops not far. So what he does, he chucks his kunai to where they are, and they just quickly react to the kunai, but Naruto already teleports by them, and he asks them the situation. And when they see Naruto, they can see him that he's in a different mode. His eyes are different, and like he's just a boss. So, and not only that, because they just know how really gifted Naruto is, they instantly inform Naruto what's happening and what has happened, and that's so Naruto seeing this, and a little bit of emotion starting to well over him because the Third Hokage still feels and respects, you know. So what happens is Naruto looks over and sees them. He sees the 4 ninja, and he goes, what he's gonna do, he's gonna attack them, and he goes, they're pretty powerful, and Naruto goes, that's alright. And so what happens, Naruto chucks the kunai, and what happens is the kunai, he chucks it to the fat Sound 4 ninja, the one that fights Choji, where he chucks it to him, and that Tsunade was just able to just react to it, but it cuts the side of his face, and as it just goes past his face, Naruto teleports to it and jabs him right in the face into the barrier, hits him, smacks him up, and then Naruto jumps away and runs to the other Sound Shinobi, the one that can shoot multiple those bloody spiderweb things. Naruto kicks him right in the side, and then kicks him away. And they jumps to the other. Like if Naruto's moving around as fast as he can, he knows that he has a simultaneously. He can take out one pillar, but it's best to take out all of them, so they're not much of a threat. Following, but Naruto takes out two of them, chucks a kunai towards the other Sound Shinobi, and by that time they're reacting to what Naruto's doing. He deflects it, but Naruto teleports to it, chucks another kunai down past its feet, and what happens is the Sound 4 ninja tries to react to Naruto teleporting to the kunai above him, but what happens, Naruto teleports below him, trips him up, teleports back on top of him where the other kunai is, and he powers a Rasengan and hits him in the back and slams him into the building, completely fucking damaging him, smashing him right through into the ground. And what happens, Naruto lands, looks up and sees another Sound 4 ninja, and their Sound 4 ninja pulls out a flute and is about to play it, but Naruto already with max speed blitzes all over to her and punches her right in the face, sends her flying into the adjacent building, and that happens, the barrier fully drops, and then Naruto at max speed jumps right through the as much of the trees as he can, to the point where the trees get so thick that he can't get there naturally, so he puts his hand up, powers up a massive Rasengan, and jumps with all his force and what he does is he adds some wind style to completely decimate the trees in front of him. And when he gets through the trees, he sees the Third Hokage holding the first Hokage, the second Hokage, and Orochimaru, and not only that, a Reaper god behind him, or the Reaper god behind him. When Naruto sees this, he sees a flash of Minato doing it to the Nine Tails, and knowing that, seeing his mother and himself. Naruto briefly sees this, but he instantly snaps out of it. And then what happens is he notices that the sword is about to stab the Third Hokage in the back after he pulls out the first and second Hokage. And what happens is Naruto blitzes at the max speed, grabs that sword, pulls it away, and chucks it as hard as he can away. And Orochimaru by that time is gasping, and he's aggro that Naruto did it, but the Third Hokage smiles. Even though Naruto did prevent that, the Third Hokage still dies anyway. He manages to pull a little bit more of Orochimaru's jutsus out, but it's pretty much the same as canon. And what happens is when instead of Naruto catching the Third Hokage, Naruto blitzes it, sees Orochimaru, and punches him right in the face. After the Third Hokage drops, Naruto's already right in front of Orochimaru, hits him, and sends him flying with that punch. And what happens is Naruto turns around, catches the Third Hokage before he fully hits the ground. And the Third Hokage, the last thing he sees before Orochimaru punching him away is Naruto standing over him. The Onbu Black Ops see this time to jump in and get by where Naruto is. And when they land, the Third Hokage tells Naruto before he dies, he goes, I want Jiraiya to be the 5th Hokage. And I want you to, he goes, I promote you to Chunin Naruto. And he states it, but what happens is the Onbu Black Ops members that are there, they see this and hear this too. So they know the Third Hokage's wishes for Jiraiya to be the next Hokage, and not only that, for Naruto to be a Chunin. So what happens is Naruto accepts the Third Hokage dies, and that Naruto, and by that time the real Naruto has finished defeating Gaara and talking no jutsu him. So as the clone goes to go look for Orochimaru, who already disappeared with the rest of with the 3 of the Sound 4, the female one got badly hurt to the point where they had to leave her. They had to leave her there, and so Naruto finds her and binds her with a light barrier jutsu, so she's completely immobilized until someone comes and grabs her. But it's not long before Shikamaru there comes and puts her under a paralyzation jutsu, or paralysis jutsu if you want to call it that. Okay, still the same damn thing. What's it called? Puts her under the shadow position jutsu, and then fucking takes her. And then the clone Naruto tells him that he's gonna pretty much dispel himself, and he'll be there soon. They were like, what? You're just a shadow clone. Naruto smiles and he goes catch, chucks a kunai to them, and he catches it. Naruto smiles and teleports away again, and it shocks them like the huh. But he doesn't teleport; he actually poofed out of existence. And as he does that, the real Naruto sees what has happened and what has transpired, and it hits him like a ton of bricks. The third Hokage died. He wants Jiraiya to be Jiraiya to be the fifth Hokage, and not only that, Naruto is promoted to tuning. And Orochimaru got away, and this pisses off Naruto. Naruto instantly reverse summons him. He teleports himself back to the position of the Anbu, and from there everything goes near towards canon. Up until the part, because Naruto is not in a hospital due to his injuries, he's actually standing by and just watching everyone else. He's actually talking to Lee in hospital, and Lee's happy that he has friends there. I know that Lee's really determined to get back into being a shinobi, a ninja. So Naruto has an idea, like he knows that there's another shinobi that's really good at healing. Possibly she could help. So what happens is meeting is called with the elders, and Danzo calls it with the two other village elders, and he just states this is after the Third Hokage's funeral, of course, and he states that he should be the Hokage, and all that shit. He petitions the three elders, and they agree with him. They agree in essence, because Danzo makes a convincing story. But however, Jiraiya walks straight into the meeting room and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm late." And what happens is Danzo stands up and goes, "Well, Jiraiya," and he goes, "Danzo," and he goes, "Elders," and they look at the Jiraiya and he goes, "Jiraiya, what are you doing here?" And I was like, he goes, "Well, I'm here to talk to you guys about what happens now." And what happens is, as Jiraiya does that, Naruto reverse he used the flying Raijin to teleport to Jiraiya, but he didn't know that they were with the elders. Naruto appears. He looks, he sees Danzo and the two village elders and Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's like, "Oh, Naruto," and he goes, "Jiraiya Sensei, I need to talk to you." And so what happens is, he goes, "Not now, right now, kid. I think they're here to discuss how the next Hokage is gonna be." And what happens is, the elders look at Jiraiya and tells him, "No offense, but we kind of talk to each other." And Jiraiya goes, "But depend." He goes, "What if there's someone else? Like, I can possibly find someone else to be we can find someone to be the Hokage, even Kakashi." And what happens is Danzo berates him that he's the fourth Hokage student, he was your student. Like, berates him, talking about how the failures of the third Hokage, and this pisses off Jiraiya. But then Naruto looks right at the Danzo and tells him, "Well, luckily for me, I was there when the third Hokage decided who he wanted to be the next Hokage." And Danzo looks inside of the village elders and he goes, "Who?" And he goes, "You wanted Jiraiya to be the fifth Hokage." Jiraiya's taken aback. He's like, "What?" We're like, "What?" And what happens is Danzo is like, he's like, "No." And even the village elders are like, "Are you sure? Is there anyone else that corroborate your story?" And so what happens is Naruto reverse summons himself to the Anbu Black Ops. They had the kunai, because they still had it with them. I don't know why, but they still had it with them just for plot convenience, of course, guys. And he teleports them, and anyway, he grabs them, teleports them all back there. And what happens is the room is full of the Anbu Black Ops, and they look around, and Danzo's like, "What's the meaning of this?" And he goes, "These guys are they were all here when the third Hokage told me that he wants Jiraiya to be the next Hokage, and not only that, he elevated me to tuning." And Danzo like fucking try to like, nah, that bullshit. But all the Anbu Black Ops swear to it that they heard, and that's what they want. And Jiraiya is like, "Damn it, I don't want to become a Hokage." Gosh, he's really pissed off in his mind. And what happens is Jiraiya goes, "I could possibly find someone else to replace, become Hokage. I don't want to be." And he goes, and then she goes, and the village elder pretty much declares that, well, it's up to the feudal lord, really. We can vote it, but the feudal lord's absolutely the one that decides whether we should make it or not. And so what happens is Jiraiya goes, "Oh yeah, well, give me time." But Danzo like rushing for, but Jiraiya's like not even having it. He doesn't give a shit. Naruto just speaks to Jiraiya, telling him that it's more like, "Are you going to let this man disrespect the old man?" Naruto is visibly angry at Danzo for being like that. And then Jiraiya looks at Naruto and he sees that Naruto is having massive anger is growing within him. Like, he really wants to fuck Danzo up. And so what happened is Jiraiya looks at Naruto and he goes, "You want me to become Hokage?" And he goes, the fact that I want you to become Hokage Sensei is the third Hokage chose you to become the next Hokage. Also, the third Jiraiya goes, well, we'll see what the feudal law has to say first, and then I'll put my hand up for candidacy in Naruto. And this pisses off Danzo. And now knowing that Naruto's pissed off, he goes, he pissed off that he hates Danzo. But he goes, I actually come to talk to you about something, Master Jiraiya. And so what happens, Naruto grabs Jiraiya and teleports all the Anbu Black Ops and himself away. And Danzo and the two elders brew together for a bit trying to plot. But it doesn't thicken, if you get what I mean. But back to Naruto and Jiraiya. Naruto explains that he wants to find someone to heal Lee, and he goes, what about Lady Tsunade? And what happens, Jiraiya goes, Tsunade? And yeah, is she one of the legendary Sanin like you and Orochimaru was? And he goes, good idea. And he's like, damn it, why didn't I think about that? And he's like, what? And he goes, I should have got Tsunade to be the next Hokage. Why did I even suggest taking the idea up of being the Hokage? Naruto walks over to Jiraiya and tells him, bro, you're not stepping out of this, bro. You're fucking going to be Hokage, cuz. That's what the old man wanted. And Jiraiya's like looking at Naruto like, you don't understand, Naruto. I run a really complex spy network, and Naruto goes, I understand. You're really good at what you need to do, but that's what the old man wanted, I'm sensei. And he goes, okay. And so what happens is, they head off to find Tsunade. Jiraiya tells him that he will become Hokage, will take up the mantle, and the feudal lord has to agree to it. But he has to go do one more last mission. So what happens is Jiraiya talks to Shikamaru's dad, Shikaku, and everything like that, and tells him what's going to happen. The village elders agree to what Jiraiya's going to do to bring Tsunade here to heal Lee and all that stuff. Danzo's still aggro and plotting, trying to become Hokage, you know. So what happens is Naruto and Jiraiya head off to leave the village. And when Sasuke sees Naruto, he goes, where you going? And he's going, I'm going to go with Jiraiya to find Lady Tsunade. And Sasuke goes, can I come with you guys? Jiraiya looks right at Naruto and he goes, if that's what you want. And what happens is, because Sakura is not around at the moment, she's just not there. Okay, so what happens is Naruto and Jiraiya are walking, and Sasuke wants to come with them, so Jiraiya goes, okay then, with Naruto. They both agree, so Sasuke goes with Jiraiya and Naruto for the Lady Tsunade. Because he didn't get injured much at all, nearly not at all, because Naruto saved him and teleported him back to the village. Naruto was able to prevent Sasuke from being in the hospital. So what happens is Sasuke, Naruto and Jiraiya head out to Tsunade. And what happens is when they're looking for Tsunade, Naruto and Sasuke are left in the hotel while Jiraiya goes and do some research. And what happens is Naruto and Sasuke pretty much meditate in essence to get their chakra control. Well, that's Naruto's doing anyway. And not only that, he's not studying, but he's learning in essence jutsus, or writing down some sealing jutsu so he can put some stuff into it or seal other things he needs. Just for backup, Naruto is just prepping for things that he needs to do, and because he has that refined knowledge thanks to Minato's fucking abilities, Naruto is quite knowledgeable. What happens is when they hear a door knock, it's Sasuke that opens the door. And what happens when Naruto hears the door knocking to him, and Sasuke goes, I'll go look. Sasuke goes to open the door, and the moment he opens the door, he sees Itachi. He sees the red eyes and Itachi. And when Sasuke sees Itachi, he bursts with all anger. He throws the door wide open, and also Naruto hears this, Itachi! Naruto gets up, turns around, and activates Sage Mode instantly, because he knows that it's all on. Like when he hears Itachi, all he hears is Sasuke wanting to fucking kill him, and Naruto wants to help make Sasuke reach that potential. So Naruto goes to full Sage Mode. And Sasuke tries to rush at Itachi, but he gets kicked in the gut instantly. And what happens is, the moment Itachi is about to punch Sasuke or grab him, Naruto blitzes them, grabs Sasuke with the flying right and pulls him back, and he manages to get a kick off Itachi. Itachi's able to put his arm up to block it, but Naruto sends Itachi flying with their kick. But Itachi just kind of hits his back on top of the roof and glides across, but he lands. And when Kisame is about to hit Naruto with Samihara, Samehada instantly resists and jumps away from Kisame's head because of the Sage Chakra that's in Naruto. The Samehada doesn't want to absorb it. And then what happens is Kisame's like, what the hell, you bloody sword? But by the time he said that, Naruto, with his max speed in the Sage mode, manages to hit Kisame so hard that he sends him flying and makes a massive crater into the wall. And Sasuke is looking at Naruto as, why the hell did you interfere? As he's coughing on the ground thanks to their kick. And Sasuke goes, you're way out of your bounds, Sasuke. Naruto goes to Sasuke, you're way out of your bounds when it comes to if I was to say he didn't even try. Sasuke looks at Naruto and he goes, face him, Sasuke, right now you're not strong enough to fight him alone, but together. And Sasuke smiles at Naruto and he gets up, brushes off the pain that he has, looks around Naruto and goes, yeah, you're right, Naruto. Activates his Sharingan, the 3 Tomos, together. Naruto smiles and looks right at Itachi and Kisame. And while this is all happening, Jiraiya is down doing his own thing. And he realizes the woman's under the Genjutsu, so he comes up. And not only that, he's hearing explosions and cracks in the building. And so when he rushes to go with Naruto there, Itachi and Kisame actually pushed out of the building thanks to Naruto's immense speed and strength in Sage mode. But I'm not lowballing them, it's just Samehada doesn't want to attack Naruto, so Kisame pretty much has to use his hands in an enclosed environment, and Itachi is not truly trying to kill, it's the plan, but Kisame is getting slowly but surely getting angry. Sasuke is helping Naruto every time he's doing Taijutsu battles to shoot fireball in the alleyway, the corridor to shoot them, block them out. And Itachi is quite impressed with their plan. When they both get bolted outside the door, they land and Itachi starts to go serious. And what happens is he's about to activate his Mangekyo Sharingan, and so Kisame is about to do Shark Bomb attack at Naruto. But what happens is a giant toad lands, toad lands right next to them and whips the tongue out. And what happens is Kisame and Itachi jump from their tongue, and Jiraiya lands on top of their toad. Instantly goes into Sage mode as well, and summons Ma and Pa Toad on the shoulders. So he has Ma and Pa Toad on both sides of the shoulders, standing there, looking down at Itachi. Sasuke, Itachi, and Kakashi, and Sasuke and Naruto on the other side of them, standing there in their perfect Sage modes. Well, in this perfect Sage mode, Sasuke and his 3 Tomo Sharingan, after standing there too, ready to battle. But that's why I'm gonna leave this one off, guys. I hope you like this little cliffhanger I put up on you guys, and yeah, I will make the next part as soon as I can. But as usual, this is Dr. Ko saying peace.